Welcome to Along on the Hunt with the Mailman Goat Productions. We're out here tonight in South Carolina. April means turkey hunting, coyotes afterwards. So I'm out here tonight. I got off work pretty early. My son was off with his girlfriend and my wife is working late, so I decided to come down here. And generally I wait till I get to harvest and then I talk to you about the hunt. Tonight we're going to try, next couple of videos I'm going to try something that I watch on YouTube a lot. We're going to build up to that harvest. And we had some hail move through and some heavy clouds and a little bit of rain showers. But there's like rolling thunder in the area. There's just patches of storms coming through. And I'm hoping to get a gobble out of these gobblers here tonight from the thunder. So I come over to Calhoun Falls. We got a farm here that I had permission on for a while. And a guy told me that he seen a couple gobblers here the other day. And there was 3 of them together. So what I'm gonna try and do is listen for a gobbler tonight. Coyotes move through here sometimes. Got the shotgun on me. Couple cameras set up. And we got about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes till dark. As soon as that happens, I'm going to hit this for coyotes, and I'll hit my backup spot for coyotes. But one of the great things, man, I always used to say about buying thermals or night vision is that you buy hunting time. A lot of times in the past, I'd be driving down here just to turkey hunt, and I'd drive back home. That thermal and night vision allows me to come here tonight, scout for some turkeys, go after a coyote before it gets too late. Then I'll get home and we'll be back here Sunday after these gobblers. But stay tuned, man. I think we're gonna have harvest number 33 here tonight soon. Okay, a little bit of live action here. I just got a shot at a coyote. So I'm sitting right on this fence line, and there's a break in the fence over there, or not a break, but an area where everything crosses. When I finally got the coyote to stop, I took a shot, man, and I took out a sapling. I wrecked that sapling. That thing was cut in half. Coyote went off into the thick stub. All right, at the other farm, I got lucky walking out, seen a nice big bird down there on the bottom. I think it was all by itself. Think it was a gobbler. I know there's a hen in that area that's a small young hen. We called in one night, one time, and it was a smaller hen. So I think that's gobbler. That's going to be one I can go after Sunday. As soon as I left there, man, went into Abbeville, got something to eat, drove down the road. Now, at that farm, it was raining. Thunderstorms rolled in. I got a little bit of video of it, and I looked at my weather, and down here about 30-40 minutes south of there wasn't any storm at all. It's pretty calm down here, a little bit of clouds, but man, the moon is out. Now, April is tough. Transition time. Denning's coming up, right? High fields. We already got high fields here, and I'm gonna concentrate on the circle of trees. This farm has circle of oaks, I call them, over here. Then there's a couple veins. There's a creek that runs through. A lot of oaks, a lot of hardwood. 800 yards down, there's another one. Another 800 yards down, there's another one. So what I'm going to do is I'm concentrating on those sections now. That's where I'm going to call. I'm going to go down and I'm going to start hitting these until I run into some coyotes. I'm going with mouse calls, rat calls, vole squeak. And the reason I'm doing that is if I jump into rabbit or fawn, which I'm gonna jump into, I wait for them to cut for those because they come flying in whenever I use those calls. When I use that vole squeak, the rat, the rabbit, they tend to just come in sneaking listening, sneaking, I can turn it down really low and I get them to search a little bit. That gives me time, man, to make a shot. So we'll go over the calls that I use, the sounds that I use as I get down in on here. But I'm not jumping into the big prey just of yet, because what happens is, man, I'm in these big fields and they'll just come bounding in, and then they'll get out of there and it's hard to get a shot. I want to be able to get down in this lower grass, put a little bit of calls out, get them coming in searching, and drop them. That's the plan. We're going to take a loop now and see if we can't get one on the ground. What we have here is, I'm up on top of a hill overlooking a part of this bottom, and I seen 2 coyotes earlier cross here. Now I crossed to the other side of it because I noticed that the cows are on the other side of the bottom, so I had to get over there. The cows are right to my back, so I get all for kind of free shooting in front. I got my Fox Pro down in the bottom down there with a little Fire Rat Distress from MFK playing, and I switch it to Squeaks for a little bit. Then I'll go to Fire Rat Distress again, and I'm just gonna wait for a coyote to cruise up this bottom right here. April coyotes, a big male here. We're gonna have to finish with this camera because I'm having a little bit of problem with my phone. My iPhone is shut down, but big male here, man. Nice big heavy male. Everything worked out great. Got in that lower grass, stood in the higher grass up in the hill behind me. I had those trees in the background kind of blocking my silhouette. And what I was doing, I was watching this road right here, right where they cross. They go right up and down this ditch. And man, it worked out good. I was using, again, rat distress and sweet squeaks. And then I threw out that one howl. Was a lone male howl. Lonely male howl. And we had that answer down there. Wasn't, man, 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, here he come sneaking up through and bam, nailed him. So April, it's starting to get tougher now, man. These coyotes are 1 and 2s. Females are probably denning up, and it's going to get tough. High fields, you know, they were probably out in that field over there whenever I went over there, but man, you just can't see them. They're probably bedded down. Howl down there, man, came up through, and it worked out for harvest number 33. Tell me what you think of this longer version. That's a pre-hunt and me talking up to this. It's going to be a little bit longer videos, but maybe you get to see how I prep for it rather than just hear me talk all the time. Alright, bonus harvest. Always be scanning, always be scanning. Had my Armacite sidekick out. I literally walk right down in here and I look down this creek bed that they travel on, and there's a coyote there. I don't even have my collector on, my 320. Turn it on, by the time it turns on, that coyote comes right up here. I got a tree behind me, shot right through that coyote, into that tree, into the ground right by that tree. Nice safe shot in the in this bottom. He ran down there, dropped number 34 for the year. So we dropped 2 coyotes. I missed one in the daylight, dropped 2. Again, I don't have that camera, so I can't take any good pictures. This is all we got right here. But another nice male dropped right here in there. Video's up. Stay tuned.
With a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Night makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me